Doesn't have to be Gladiator or, that little movie called Wicked this weekend. You could have some essential viewing if you're a sports fan this weekend. Of course, we're talking about the National Women's Soccer League final. On Saturday, the Washington Spirit will take on the Orlando Pride at a brand new stadium in beautiful Kansas City. And you can tune in on CBS and Paramount Plus. And we talked to the team star forward Trinity Rodman. She says the thrill of the big game never goes away. Listen.
I don't think I'll ever get used to playing in front of so many people, even just like 2 people. I think I always enjoy entertaining, but also I still surprisingly get nerves for every single game.
CBS News producer Elizabeth Campbell is live right now. And before we get started, I just have to tell our viewers, this is kind of a love fest between myself and this producer here. Nobody can destroy a plate of cheese fries like Campbell and Cowan covering the Super Bowl, right? So now you're covering this amazing event. How is the team preparing, my friend?
Well, Reed, first I have to say it's so great to see you. This is our 1-year anniversary from our F1 story together, so the sports memories keep on coming.
I know. We're bringing the sports. As for how the team is preparing,
bringing the sports after you watch Wicked and Gladiator, then you can come and watch the game. It's going to be on 8 p.m. Eastern, so there's plenty of time to do both. As for how the teams are preparing, it is going to be a tough matchup. If you are just tuning in, you missed a lot this season, but these are the number 1 and number 2 teams. They are tied for wins this season. So expect a lot of tension, a lot of nail-biting action down to the wire. You're obviously going to look for Brazilian soccer legend Marta to lead the Orlando Pride, but you heard there Trinity Rodman. She's a star for the Washington Spirit. She may have some nerves, but you rarely see them on the field. She is locked in and ready to score.
You know what? I'm just going to quote what I've heard so many people say. Where women's sports are concerned, it's about damn time. You're seeing the stadiums filled. You're seeing the arenas filled. Talk to me about the trend you're seeing. I know you just got back from covering the Olympics for CBS News. This huge influx of support for women's sports.
Absolutely. I mean, the stadium behind me is testament enough. That is the first stadium built for a women's professional team. They don't have to share it. The locker room is theirs. The pitch is maintained to the highest standard, which we haven't always seen in soccer. There's been a long history of women having to play on AstroTurf or inferior fields. Not anymore. That is the latest technology behind me that is keeping that field perfect, even in November in Kansas. It is cold, Reed. I will not lie. But this is an investment that we're seeing not only in the players, but from the fans. This was also a season that the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League, saw record attendance. Over 2 million people visited the 14 different teams across the league, and that was incredible. You were seeing an average of over 11,000 fans per match. Like you said, if you're just getting on the women's sports train, you're too late, but there's still room.
Yes, there's still room. And, you can see in all of this video that we're playing while we talk to you, the sponsorships. You see Visa, you see Bud Light. Talk to us about the sponsorships that are now starting to follow the butts and the chairs. The numbers are there, and now you're starting to see the sponsors really come on board as well. That's exciting.
It's exciting to see because it elevates not only the fan experience, but the players and the game all along. We were talking to 2 of the co-owners of the team, Angie and Chris Long, and they were talking about when they wanted to build this stadium, they went around to all sorts of banks asking for investments, asking for people to be part of the team. Only one bank said yes. Fast forward to now, we're seeing more and more banks jump in, show their interest. We're seeing Ally Bank. They have their 50-50 pledge where they promise 50% of their sponsorship money will go to male and female athletes equally. We're seeing, like you said, more of those brand names bump in. And now all of these players can get better sponsorship deals themselves in addition to their teams.
Well, and it's bad business to think that women's sports only attracts female audiences. We just showed that video of people lining up to go in. A lot of men in that crowd. What do you think it has to say about sports and sporting in general?
I think it is that people love a good game. It doesn't matter who's on the pitch, who's on the field. They want to see good, nail-biting, heart-pumping action. And we were at an event last night, and we were talking to fans in Kansas City, and we had people who were traveling in from New York, traveling in from Canada, traveling obviously from Orlando and D.C. People are coming to watch this match because they know it is some of the best soccer players in the world, not even the country, the world, who will be facing off in a high-stakes match. And that's just good energy, and that's good fun, and that's what sports is all about.
That is what sports is all about. It's about building community. Listen, I'm seeing you hold that mic, but I know that mic has not been pointed at you. I know when you're off the air, you are running around that stadium and you are gathering the personal stories of people. Can you just quickly, maybe in the next 30 seconds, tell us about one heartwarming story of maybe a young girl who's seeing this and knowing because they can, I can?
Oh, absolutely. We met people who are bringing their daughters and saying, look, you can do it. And I actually asked one of the players about this yesterday because we're seeing a bit of old and new. I mean, Marta's 38 versus some 19-year-olds on that pitch.
Right.
They grew up watching Marta, and they have a moment where they stop and say, I can't believe I'm playing with her. But now they can. The playing field is evened.
I love it. Well, it's a joy to have my buddy on the airways with me. And please do go find a huge plate of cheese fries and destroy that for me. If I can't be there, at least do fries
In your honor.
my name, in my honor. Elizabeth Campbell, a star in your own right, out of the park, so to speak.